So
what can we say?
You guys are both highly successful now. I mean, you've done very famous modeling. You've done albums or CDs and all kinds of stuff. The two of you successful. How have you not lost, or have you? How have you not lost that? How have you not become part of the problem? Have you not become part of like, yeah, I got all this and it's disposable and it's great and whatever, it's never going to end?
I think that's not the case. But before I
comment, your character, the one you play, he does lose his way.
He lost his way. I mean, in so many ways, because he wasn't focused and he had so many hopes and dreams, and it wasn't the life that he was hoping. But in terms of where you ask Gear about experiences when you're coming to a new world, if I try to compare the experiences in the movie and actually what I experienced, because in the movie it's Paul, just to try to see how this shocks and how Jeremiah's situation is. The first time I was brought into an organized place, a complex society where there's toilet in a room, you know, what fascinated me was the toilet. You know, when you go to that toilet, I was wondering when somebody download a file there, how that machine takes everything away in front of you.
In the clean water.
In a clean water, and then new clean water comes. And then what I used to do, it's created imagination. So I used to think probably a snake would come out. So when I'm using it, I have to stand, hoping when I download the file, probably if a snake want to bite me, I just hold the head. And so that's one experience. And if I try to connect it back to Gear experience coming here, I was in Kenya, so I see the TV, I watch the movies about aliens, and I'm reading the Bible. And when I was shocked about the cathedrals, the big buildings, the bridges, the train system and everything, and in my head, I kind of like conclude and say probably white peoples are either fallen angels or maybe they are aliens. It took me a while to actually know like these people are normal human beings like me. And so, I mean, I can go on and on, you know. Yeah. The life we are living now, we've been transformed. I mean, we come from a situation where we're starving at one point. Now we have plenty to eat. At one time, I was trying to tell kids that I am in a place where I choose to eat 1 meal a day. And the kids would tell me, what do you mean? We eat 1 meal a day. I told them, in this place, people die of fatness. And one kid said, wow, that's the coolest death ever. and now you see me like, I have music out there. So through this music, this movie we just did is I happened to do an album called The Keys, where 2 songs are now in the movie. So one song is featuring Nelly Furtado and Nile Rodgers. So the transformation of our life, we are in a dream. We can't actually believe. We don't even know how to thank God, you know. Yeah. And so because we've been transformed, the way you look at it, we came from the bottom like lobsters. Now we are rolling on the top like rock stars, you know.
It is a pleasure to have you two, and I can't thank you enough for your work. And please let everybody know in the movie just how grateful I am that you made it, and you made it with such care and such heart. It is truly a masterpiece. Just fantastic movie.
Thank you so much. The sad thing is this, we are promoting a movie. I just came from refugee camp like 3 weeks ago, and the same people that we're doing a movie about them, they are in the refugee camp right now because our new country that America has pushed for to stand as a new state plunged back into civil war. We have dictators. We have a lot of corruption in the country, and a lot of famine is killing a lot of children. So this movie right here, not that it's a Lost Boy story, it's a story for humanity. And our message to the world is that come support the children of South Sudan. Help us find the help that we needed, that we got from you guys, which is American. Because our country...
Are you guys on TV with me tomorrow? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
But I would like to pursue that with you and talk about that, because...
We can create it. Yeah. We enjoy your moment now, though.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The name of the movie is The Good Lie. I cannot recommend it highly enough. Please go see this movie. It opens this weekend in theaters everywhere. It's from the same people that brought us Blindside. It's really, really high quality, really well done, and one of the best stories I have seen in a long time. The Good Lie, in movie theaters beginning Friday. I think these guys are on with me tomorrow night, the Lost Boys of Sudan, and I hope so, because they're really remarkable. As we said, I could have talked to them for an hour or so. We were talking in the break afterwards, and they're so nice. You know, Gurr is, I think he's a Ralph Lauren model, isn't he? I know he's a model. I think he's a Ralph Lauren model now. But these guys had absolutely nothing. As they were talking, Pat and I were talking in the break. Imagine living in a world where you're seriously considering eating your friend.
Yeah, you don't have running water. You don't have toilets. You're don't
10.
There's no refrigeration. You don't have anything.
These guys in the movie, you'll see, the movie is called The Good Lie. And in the movie, you'll see they come over, and Reese Witherspoon's character says, "I'll call you in the morning." Well, they don't know what that means. And as they're getting shown around in this new apartment, they've never been to an apartment before. They just got off the plane. They were in Kenya in a refugee camp. They had walked 1,000 miles from the Sudan. Then they spent 13 years in a refugee camp. And if you understand, this is like the time, remember when we used to see what was happening in Ethiopia? This is their story.
Yeah. Do they know it's Christmas?
Right.
That was that time.
That's these guys. So they spent 13 years in a refugee camp. Now the year is 2000, and they come to the United States. When they get into the refugee camp, 13 years, the first day they get there, one of them gets a T-shirt, and it has the Nike swoosh on it. It just says, "Just do it." As they're getting on the plane 13 years later, this little boy, now grown up, has that same shirt on. And the one they refer to as their sister says, "Finally we'll be able to find out what that means." They don't even know what that means. So they come to the apartment, and the lady's giving a tour of the apartment and says, "Okay, this is your refrigerator." They don't know what a refrigerator is. But the American doesn't even think that way. Here's your refrigerator, here's your toaster, here's your microwave, in case you need that. And they're just looking at it. But you might as well be saying, "This is..." They have no idea what she's even talking about. And then they go in, the bathroom, and they're just turning on the water and flushing the toilet over and over. And they're like, "What? How does this even work?" As he said, how does this even work? Then the next morning, they're supposed to go out for a job interview, and Reese Witherspoon's character says, "I'll call you in the morning." So they're standing out by the window, on the front porch, listening for her call, because they're used to the jungle. So they're listening for her call. Meanwhile, the phone is ringing in the house, and they keep running back and looking at this box, and they're like, "This box, what is this? What does this?" They don't know even to pick it up. They don't know what it is. It's this wake-up call that is so essential for Americans to see right now. So incredibly essential. Perfect timing on this movie.
120 kids. And, they're wearing all kinds of shirts, like Miley Cyrus on them or Toe Mater, and they don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's it. In one of those cases, you decide which one. It's a good thing they don't know what it is. But it's what's amazing to me, Martha, is at least in this movie that you'll see, and I don't know what it's like over there where you were, but the faith of these people is so strong. We are. Oh, I'm just when you see this movie, you're just gonna go, wow, thank you for this wake up call. The faith of these people is so deep because it's so needed.